I got a few comments asking for a quick comparison between the new MVP Trail versus the Innova Gorgon. So today I'm giving the people what they want. We have the Gorgon coming in at 10.6 -2.1, while the Trail is 10.5 -1.1. Now first and foremost is the hand feel of these two discs. In my opinion, they feel completely different. Here's the rim of the Gorgon. It's a lot smoother. We have a little micro bead even, while the Trail's rim feels a little bit more standard, looks a little bit more standard. The Trail feels a little bit more low profile in the hand. In my opinion, it's a little bit flatter. The Gorgon even has maybe a little play in its flight plate. I wouldn't call it pop top by any means, but there is definitely a little play there. Overall, I think they're both pretty comfortable in the hand, but they are definitely different. Our Gorgon today is a Pro Gorgon, and then the Trail is Neutron plastic. The Trail 171, while the Gorgon 173 to 175. So we're just gonna give these a couple of rips, probably start on a bit of Hyser, see how they flip up, and go from there. Kind of like a straight little laser beam there. I pulled it off to the right side, but if I did put that directly out in front of me, there's not like a lot of fade, so it lands pretty straight. And the Gorgon, very similar there, but I felt like with the Gorgon, it actually flipped up to flat. We had a subtle turn in there. Maybe a little difficult to see on camera, but I saw just the tiniest bit of turn before it faded out. I wasn't trying to murder those by any means. I threw them pretty soft, pretty smoothly, and both consistently flipped up to flat. We did get a bit of extra distance with the Gorgon right there, and I think that is just because maybe of that extra turn, and I also threw it a little bit higher. So with me throwing a pretty smooth shot, not really trying to get into them, the Gorgon flying 346 feet. So that's pretty easy distance right there. I backed it up to about 370 feet. So if we reach my bag or the road, we're throwing these about 370. I'll go Trail first. I'm gonna try to throw them on that same little Hyser flip, but I wanna give them a little bit more juice. Yeah, so again with the Trail, just flips up to flat. That is literally like right by the road. It doesn't really seem like it wants to go right at all. It doesn't want to turn over. Just wants to flip to flat, go straight for you until it fades out. With the Gorgon, oh my goodness, that could hit my car. It is so far. Whew. Right before it, the Gorgon, very easy distance as well. Flipping up to flat, I even think I put that on more Hyser than the Trail. Flipped up to flat, it still turned a little bit. I'm still seeing just like the littlest amount of turn out of it. It's not like it wants to roll, but I think it doesn't want to roll because we're offsetting it with the Hyser. So that one scared me a little bit. My car, I thought, was done for. Just based off those two throws, it really just depends what you're looking for, because even with the Gorgon not turning a ton, it's getting a little extra distance, it seems. But if you're in the woods, that turn could be the deciding factor of hitting a tree and going OB or peering the line. Just depends how straight you want to go. I mean, the Trail is literally right on the road here, so maybe a foot more and we'd have a gash in this disc. But okay, this time we're going to try to experiment with a flat release and see how much they actually want to turn without Hyser. So there's where you can really get some turn out of the Trail. I think I need to put that a little higher next time, and we'll do that when we come back, but it really seemed like a nice turnover disc that way. We'll try to put the Gorgon a little higher. There it is. Turn, 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 turn. And that was a little higher, so we're able to actually fade out as well. So I feel like that's a good representation of when you actually throw it flat versus Hyser. With the Hyser, you can get a straighter flight out of it, and throwing it flat, you can kind of have a nice turnover distance driver. My timing seems to be a little bit off with the Trail because I do keep pulling it. I do think I got it relatively flat that time. I just pulled it a little bit to the right. So the turn on that one may have looked greater than what it really is. Okay, I pushed us back to about 400 feet from my car. Again, I'm trying to put these out flat and see the turn out of them. There we go. That's a lot better. I'm still aiming for my car, but you could see the little amount of turn out of it that time. It doesn't really fade back hard. And that's gonna happen if you throw it too low. The Gorgon just overturned there. Starting with the trail, let's throw a couple forehands, probably on some hyzer, see if they flip up or not, see how the forehand does. That is a laser beam. And I felt like I threw that pretty hard. I'll get that distance for you guys. I definitely thought I threw that too hard where it was going to turn over. Nope, dead straight. Not as torque resistant there. So Gorgon just kind of rolling over on me there. Probably have to be a little bit more touchy, a little bit more smooth with the Gorgon. So the trail really isn't as far as I thought it was. 320, but 320 on an absolute rope. No turning out of it at all. That was awesome. I've noticed that with the trail, my forehand grip feels so much better and comfortable. And I think that's just due to how the rim designs are on these, where the Gorgon, my knuckle doesn't really fit in as easily. Let's see if we can put the trail on a little bit of flex. It just kind of turns into a turnover forehand, really. The Gorgon, I'm gonna try to throw on more hyzer and see if we can actually get it to fly. There you go. Oh, still a little too flippy, huh? That would be kind of a cool shot if you were trying to S something through the woods, but I don't know if I could trust myself throwing it. I know my forehand isn't the greatest, probably isn't the cleanest, but based off of those couple throws, it seems like the trail is definitely a bit more torque resistant if you are trying to throw some forehands with these discs. The Gorgon is gonna take a little bit more angle precision to really get a nice flight out of it. I think we've learned and seen some great things out of both of these discs today. I like to end these videos off with one shot distance competition. Earlier, we kind of hit that 370 mark, so see if we can push them past that, or at least 370 again. I think that's gonna be a good one. Got a little bit of turn out of the trail. I just can't believe how much I love that disc. With the Gorgon, I'm gonna try to put it on a little bit more hyzer. Oh, that was a poor throw. It still got all the way to flat. All right, there's our distance competition. With the Gorgon, we have 360, and with the trail, I'm marking 393, which is kind of a bomb for this 10-speed, I think. I'm not sure I could do that a second time, to be honest with you. But that is going to do it for Gorgon versus trail. I definitely think we saw some clear differences here. I really think it depends on what lines you're looking to hit. Are you trying to go with some hyzer flips that turn a little bit, get you some extra effortless distance, in my opinion? Or are you looking for more of a woods disc that you can put on hyzer, flips up to flat, but that's it, and goes dead straight? Let me know what you guys think of them down in the comments. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and we will see you in the next one.